Welcome back to Minecraft Build Battle, where 12 players compete to see who can make the best build, or in some cases... Let's just get started. Our first prompt is village, so naturally I spend the 5 minutes building a village. Now, you probably think this is, a pretty generic village. Well, don't worry, the bomb that's about to be dropped on it will fix that problem. Anyway, the other players built normal looking villages for the most part. I thought this one was pretty cool, but this next one ended up winning the round. What do we have here? What is our first great build of the day, ladies and gentlemen. We're now supposed to build a chicken. Now, if there's one thing I'm not very good at, it's talking to women. But clearly, I'm also not that great at building chickens in Minecraft. This is so atrocious. I mean, oh well. Apparently, I was the only person that didn't know how to build a chicken because, as you can see, all these builds are better than mine. Even this one, which I decided to roast for some reason, even though it's still clearly better. This is not that good. This chicken smoking a cigarette ended up winning, which is totally fair, but this next one was definitely my favorite. Love. The server actually gave me a partner for this next game, and, well... Our topic was bee, but obviously this guy does not care about that. This guy did not stop sabotaging me until we had about 2 minutes left, so I quickly built a bee sitting on a flower, but I unfortunately did not have enough time to build him a second arm, so it looks like he's making a very unfortunate hand signal. Oh my gosh, I didn't have the time to build the other arm. I didn't have time to build the other arm, so it looks like I just built a bee sailing. Oh my gosh. The other players must have cooperated better than my partner and I, because most of the builds were solid. Our build was actually judged last, and I didn't get to see what my partner had built until then. I was, needless to say, extremely upset when I saw what he'd made, and so was everyone else. Oh, that's what he built? That guy reported me, I just watched him report me. Of all the good builds in this round, this was the one that ended up winning, so let's just move on to the next game. The jellyfish building was going really well until I told her I loved her, and wait, that was something else. It was going well until I tried to build this stupid looking tongue at the end for some reason. On top of that, this build ended up being the first one to be judged, so I wasn't going to win this round anyway. On a brighter note, we definitely had a nice variety of builds this round. After getting through the people that have apparently never seen a jellyfish in their lives, we got these next few builds, which, although they don't look like jellyfish either, they're at least pretty funny. We've got this guy over here. He looks like his mom drank a little too much alcohol when she was pregnant with him. And we've got this jellyfish on the ground that looks okay. And we've got this, and I forgot to vote. Alright, this one we've got... This is... Oh, uh-oh. We've got an absolute masterpiece here. This one ended up winning, which... whatever. It's fire truck time. I went into this with a really good image in my head of what I wanted the build to look like, but I very quickly realized that there is nowhere near enough time to make it happen. I did, however, realize this quickly enough to change what I was doing, and I end up with this. This is pretty good. I mean, it's okay. As per usual, we get some good builds, we get some bad builds. This guy made 9/11. I wonder what this one was gonna be. My build actually ended up winning. I have no idea how, but it did. I guess people thought it was funny. I can't believe this won. Our next topic is food, and the server decided to give me a partner again. This guy was much more helpful than my last partner, not that that says a whole lot. I built an apple with a worm crawling through it, and he built some delicious looking bread. I actually thought we had a pretty good chance to win this round, but unfortunately, the other players built something that was undeniably way more delicious. Hot dog. Oh my gosh. It's honestly a shame that that was the build that won, because you can tell that everyone put a significant amount of effort into their builds this round, especially these last guys. What do we have here? What in the world? I'm not sure this is food. Once again, I have a partner, and we're supposed to build a library. I don't really want to build a library, so I build a pile of burning books at the center of the build platform and spell out the words "no book" right next to it. I have no idea what the hell my partner is doing, but for the last 30 seconds, I decide to help him with it. There were a ton of builds this round, and after getting through the first few not-so-great builds, we come across a still not great, but incredibly creative one.
It's the Bookman!
I didn't even notice that. These next two builds were really good too. This team built a full library with a ton of details on the inside, and the next team built a recreation of Little Big Planet, which, if you don't know, was a puzzle video game that old people like me used to play back in the day. Unfortunately for these guys, this next library had something that they simply didn't think of. People seem to vote for flour every single time it's an option, so I've had a lot of practice building the exact same thing over and over again. This time, though, instead of giving my flour a smile like every other time, I decide to make it unhappy about the bee sitting on it. In hindsight, this was probably a reflection of how I was feeling that day, because I'm pretty sure I built this the same day I temporarily ran out of zins. This one kinda sucks, actually, but whatever. We start the judging with this very suspicious looking flower, then get a couple of normal looking flowers, then this guy who built a flower but also decided to write the word sex on the ground. Anyway, we get a couple more regular ones, then mine, and I just want to take a moment to appreciate the other players' reactions to it, because it's honestly hilarious. They're all going under it to see what's going on. They're probably wondering if they should report it or not. This epic Plants vs. Zombies build was right after mine, and I somehow beat it to win the round. I cannot believe this won. Everybody voted for village again for some reason, so I guess we're building another village. It ends up being the exact same thing as last time, just slightly worse. However, it did contribute to the diversity of villages we're about to see, from small villages to big villages, from cold villages to hot villages, from strange villages to Canadian villages 6 months from now, from ancient cities to whatever the hell is going on here. What do we have here? Oh, I didn't realize that was there before. This Salem Witch Trials build won, unlike the original witches of Salem, thankfully. Our next prompt is tent, and I decide to tap into my extra funny side and build a man with a tent in his pants. He's all like, "No, it's just my phone," or "It's just the way my pants are, I swear I'm a woman." But we all know what's really going on here. Anyway, after getting through the generic tents, we got to this one, which I thought was a pretty creative idea. Holy crap, creeper heads on a stake? That's actually pretty good. It didn't win though, because this next one was clearly better. Oh my gosh. I honestly don't know much about this topic, as I play Minecraft, but what I do know is what it looks like when I run, so I decide to build that the best I can. This actually looks pretty good, at least until you look at the build that got judged right after it. Wow, what the hell? Why are these so good? What the hell? Why are these people so good at building? That one obviously won by a lot, but we did get a couple of other interesting builds this round. I think this is something. Oh. We're now supposed to build a UFO. Normally, UFO stands for Unidentified Flying Object, and that is also what it stands for today. I actually put a ton of work into this build, but to be completely honest, the final battle scene is not what I hoped it would be. This isn't great, but it's funny. There's not all that much you can build for a UFO, so as expected, all of the other builds were basically the same. The last build, however, was one of the most creative builds I've ever seen in any round, and of course, it did win the game. Uh-oh. Our next build is Turtle. I have no idea how to build a turtle. Luckily, I came up with the idea to make turtle soup, which honestly ended up looking absolutely hilarious. We start the judging with a turtle that I'm pretty sure is flipping me off, then a regular turtle, a scuba diving turtle, and a ninja turtle. Following that, we have a pack of cigarettes, another ninja turtle, and this build, which won the round. Oh my gosh. It's a turtle smoking a cigarette holding an L. I knew everyone in this game was either going to build a regular slime mob or something super inappropriate and absolutely unacceptable, so I decided to get creative and make a little game, where you're supposed to jump from this balcony onto the slime blocks, but not on the green wool or concrete. It didn't win, but at least the other players had fun with it. Oh look, they're figuring it out now. Yeah, look at them. They're all the other builds were pretty normal. This guy made a slime-themed house, which I thought was creative. Unfortunately, he lost to this next build. I know you guys were probably expecting something pretty explosive for that last build, so it's lucky that our new topic is Volcano. My Volcano is going to be extra big and skin color. Now, I know volcanoes are typically black or gray, but diversity is a strength, and I want all those white volcanoes out there to feel seen. Anyway, here are the rest of the builds. Some of them weren't very good, and neither were the rest of them, but this next volcano was hiding a special surprise. Oh no. Oh, look at this. Oh, what about this volcano? Our last build battle of the day is anything, so who even knows what we're about to see? I personally decided to shamelessly plug my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna do the same thing right now. If you haven't subscribed, please do it. I wouldn't want you to miss the video I'll probably upload 7 to 8 months from now. Oh my gosh, what the hell? After getting through one more 9/11 build, we get a boat, a castle, and a very large toilet. We then get what is apparently a recreation of the Eye of Ra, and finally, a self-portrait of people that watched this entire video and did not subscribe.